Hey everyone, it's Evangeline here at eTrailer, and today we're taking a look at our Titan chain cable snow tire chains. These are going to be a ladder style chain to give you some extra traction on your 2018 Subaru Outback. If you're expecting some snow and a little bit of ice on the road and you need a little bit of extra traction, but you want something that's low profile and affordable, that's where the Titan chain cable snow tire chains can come in handy. I personally prefer the smaller chain style tire chains, but with these having steel rollers, they are going to provide a smoother ride and they make people feel better because they don't take up as much space. So we'll talk about those features and we're going to focus on how they work on the 2018 Subaru Outback. So you have your heavy duty cable underneath, and then you have the low carbon steel rollers wrapped around them. So since it's made of low carbon steel, the point of that is going to be durability. So as you hit gravel or dirt or rocks, maybe a little bit of ice, that's gonna hold up to that. The downside to low carbon steel is it's not as corrosion resistant as some of the other materials chains can be made of. So if you're gonna be using this for more than one season, I highly recommend double checking to make sure they're still good before you put them on the second time. Now these are also designed for low profile applications. So if you have a lot going on behind your tires and you want to make sure that your traction devices don't interfere with it, this is usually what dealers recommend because this is Class S compatible. It doesn't take up much space above your tire, giving you that extra traction without interfering with the other components. Your Subaru Outback has some different tire size options depending on your trim, so just double check your tire size. This one is 225/60 R18. You can find your tire size printed on your sidewall if you're not sure. And just double check that number because you can use that here at etrailer.com with our fit guide to get the right fit for you. Your chains are going to arrive in this canvas bag, and I've installed a bunch of chains. The hardest part really is just rolling them up tight enough to fit back inside the bag, but it's nice in case of emergencies because all you need to do is put this duffel bag in your trunk or in your vehicle. Some states require that you have tire chains on your vehicle at all times, and this is a great way to do that. So we have these installed on our front tires. That's just because of how the way cars work and your front wheel drive versus all wheel drive, things like that. If you're not sure which tires to install them on, check your owner's manual. So my thoughts about these tire chains are that I do see why people like them in terms of them being low profile and a smoother ride, but it is a big bummer to have to reach behind the tire to make that back connection. In fact, my personal recommendation is if you can, go ahead check out the Koenig CG9. It has the same low profile benefits, but it's a lot easier to install, and that one is made of a manganese nickel alloy versus this, which is made of a carbon steel. Now this is going to be a great affordable option though, so if you're not even planning on using your tire chains, you just want something there in case of emergencies, with that nice little duffel bag, this could be a good option for you. Now, let me show you how I put this on our tire. When you get your tire chains, I highly recommend just laying them out in your garage so you can double check that everything looks good, it's not rusted through, but also so that you can practice putting it onto your tires. That way you know what to do before you're stranded in the middle of nowhere and it's really cold outside. So first, make sure that you have the correct side touching the tire. You want this flat portion to be facing your tire. And then there's a hooked portion on the other side that should be facing away from your tire. You also have this lever and you want that at the front as much as you can get it. So once everything looks good and you know where to put it on your tires, the way I do it is I just drape it over the top and then I try to make sure it's even on both sides before I reach in the back and make that first connection. So you're gonna reach around and try to get that loop through the hook behind your tire. It's gonna be a tight fit, but let's put halfway through, that should be good. You can probably see it better here at the front as I push this chain through, and then you can see how there's stoppers. We're gonna go all the way to the end on this one, And then you can secure it by pulling this lever and get more tension out of that. And then the lever's gonna connect to the other cable. Make sure that the excess chain is secured by the little extra tab. There's a little bit of give on the tire chains, so you have two options now. One is to go back and readjust the back side so it has more tension, or you can use this separate rubber tensioner, which I recommend using anyways, no matter what, because as you drive around, your tension is definitely going to adjust. So you want to make sure that this adjusts with it, and this is going to secure your tire chain as you drive. Make sure your tensioner's hooks are facing out and away from your tire. And now we have a lot more tension in our tire chain. Repeat this install process on the other side. Afterwards, I recommend rolling forward a couple of feet. That way you can just double check that everything is still in place. And if it is, that's it. You're able to install your tire chain. You're ready to hit the road. And that right there was a look at the Titan Chain Cable Snow Tire Chains here on the 2018 Subaru Outback.